that. And Moshe's name is left out over here. Moshe is giving the spotlight to Aharon. So we find beautifully, Aaron was fine giving the spotlight to Moshe. Moshe was fine giving the spotlight to Aaron. And Rabbi Sachs writes very beautifully that we have a continuum in the Torah's episodes when it comes to siblings. The first sibling rivalry we mentioned before was Cain and Hevel. That did not end all that well. The next sibling rivalry we find was Yitzchak, Isaac, and Yishmael. And it's hinted to that in the end that they came together. By the burial of Avram, it says that Yitzchak and Yishmael came together. Putting Yitzchak first, it seems that Yishmael accepted that position. So there we have a hint to a rapprochement that happened afterwards. The next sibling rivalry, Yaakov and Esav. And when they do get together, the Torah tells us that they hug and they kiss, but then they live separately. The next sibling rivalry that we have is the brothers and Yosef. And once they come together, they lived together and took care of one another, right, for the rest of their lives afterwards. So there's a constant improvement being made. And then we have Moshe and Aaron, right? And the echo is so strong, right? He's going to come out to you and he will be happy for you. The last time we had Yosef coming out to the brothers, them not being all that happy for Yosef, and the pit and the sale and all the horrors that followed that. No, he will be happy for you. When the verse says in Tehillim, Hinei matov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad, how beautiful and pleasant is it when brothers are dwelling together. That is a reference to Moshe and Aaron. And it goes on to say, as the oil that comes down, the anointing oil, onto the beard, it mentions beard twice. And the commentators explain, onto the beard of Aaron, but Moshe felt as if it was onto his own beard. When Aaron was anointed, he identified and cared so much for Aaron that it was as if he himself was also being anointed together. So we have in this Parsha, we have the Cain Hevel aspect of the Cohanim wearing shatnez, of that sort of reapproachment, and we also have Moshe and Aaron together over here, with Moshe stepping back and allowing Aaron to have the full attention and the full glory as he is being made into, appointed, and assuming the position of Kohen Gadol. Just one last explanation that I'll share with you, a beautiful explanation in Moshe's name not being included. And that comes from the Vilna Gaon. As Dov mentioned, today is Zayin Adar. Today is the 7th of Adar, which is the date of Moshe's passing. It was also the date of Moshe's birth. Right? We learn in the Talmud Megillah that when Haman was drawing his lots to see when should he have his date for destroying, annihilating the Jewish people, when it came out in Adar, he thought, oh, that's a great sign from the heaven that I will be successful, because this is the date of the death of Moshe. Well, he didn't realize it was also the date of the birth of Moshe. But the Vilna Gaon says that Moshe, we always read Parsha Tetzaveh during the week when we commemorate the Yortzeit, the date of the passing of Moshe. And he says that Moshe's name is therefore never appears in the Parsha, in order that it will strike us and we'll feel this loss of Moshe. So by reading the Parsha and not having Moshe's name, which is so incongruous to all the other Parshiot, it makes us recognize and feel that we are missing Moshe. Moshe is not with us. But in classic Vilna Gaon style, he points out something which is amazing. If you look on page 482, that's where our Parsha ends. And at the end of every Parsha, the Chumash lists how many psukim, how many verses there are in that Parsha. And every bar mitzvah boy, when he finds out what his Parsha is, the first thing he does is he looks over here to see, okay, how many verses, how big is my Parsha, how many verses am I going to end up learning in terms of the Torah reading. And there are 101. You see it says there, Kuf Aleph in the small font there, Kuf Aleph Psukim. There are 101 verses. The Vilna Gaon says that is a very important number. Why? So the Vilna Gaon explains that every letter has its revealed part and its hidden part. In other words, there's a word for each letter, right? The word for the letter mem is not meh, it's mem, right? How do you spell the word for the letter mem? Mem, mem. That's how you get the double M sound, mem. The first mem is the revealed part, that's the letter itself, and the second mem is the hidden. Let's take the word for the letter shin. Right? Shin is spelled shin, yud, nun. That's how you get the sound shin. You have the first shin, that is revealed. Yud, nun are the hidden parts of the letter. Lastly, you have the letter hey. Hey is spelled hey, aleph. The hey is the revealed part. The aleph is the hidden part. The Vilna Gaon says, let's take all of the hidden parts of the letters of the name Moshe. You have mem revealed, mem hidden. Put the mem on the side. What's the numerical value of mem? 40. Shin, shin, yud, nun. Keep the shin, move the yud, nun. Yud is 10, nun is 50. So we've added 60 to our 40, we're at 100. Take the letter hey, hey, aleph, keep the hey, mem, shin, hey. Move the aleph to there, you're adding on 1. What do you have? A tally of 101, which is exactly how many verses there are in this Parsha of Tetzaveh. The Vilna Gaon says that is to teach us. Yes, Moshe's name does not appear in this Parsha. Why? Today is Zayin Adar. Today is the 7th of Adar. Today is the day of Moshe's passing. And therefore, right, the Parsha that we read this week does not have Moshe's name, because Moshe is gone. Is Moshe gone? No. Yes and no. The revealed part of Moshe, right? The body of Moshe, the Moshe on this earth, he left on this date. That is what is gone. But what is so much a part of who we are and what we do every moment? The hidden part of Moshe, the treasure of Moshe, the teaching of Moshe, the Torah Moshe. So therefore, in this Parsha where Moshe's name is not found, the Mem, Shin, Hey is not found, but the hidden aspects of Moshe are there, teaching, projecting, instructing, uplifting who we are as Jews and who we are as human beings. Okay, my friends, we'll call it over here. Yasher Koach. And Mazel Tov, Eileen, on the upcoming,
Yeah.
Be'ez Hashem, upcoming wedding.